I was married at 20. And by the time I was 21 and a half, I had 2 children. And trust me, that half was really important back then. My husband and I were viewed as the perfect couple. He, the handsome firefighter, uniform and all. Me, the doting wife and mother, dedicated to the church. Youth leader, camp counselor, Sunday school teacher. Let's just say I was the church lady. He was an attentive father. He was a wonderful provider. And everybody I knew said, Val, don't you fuck this up. He's a gem. You need to keep him. That was the public us. The private us, very different. Mind games that had me convinced I was crazy. Control that got so out of control, I had to get permission to buy a bra, for God's sakes. And fights that would escalate to the point of me getting smacked in the face. Let's just say it wasn't an easy marriage. It was 10 years of therapy, most of the time without him. Because you see, I was convinced there was something wrong with me. After all, I was married to this gem of a firefighter, and yet sex between us was almost non-existent. It was only done out of obligation and never out of desire. I don't even think I'd ever had an orgasm with him. After 14 years of marriage, I went to him and I said, we need to go back to therapy, or I need to file for divorce. His response cut me to the core of my being. Go ahead and file for divorce. You're not worth the $90. Thing is, he was right. I was worth more. So the next morning, I went down and filed for divorce. And then there I was, a single mom of 2 teenagers, discovering myself all the while they're discovering themselves. To say the sexual tension in our household was a little off, it is an understatement, including Mom. Something was shifting in me, and I didn't know what it was. But I knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it was going to be life-altering. And then it happened. I met a woman 15 years my junior, and I was curiously attracted to her. She had the stature of someone that was fit and athletic, but there was a thickness to her that I really liked. And then the flirtation started between us. It made me really uncomfortable. Because after all, the church had a very different view of same-sex couples. And I sure as hell didn't want to burn in hell. And it didn't hurt, though, because I really enjoyed the attention. Someone found me attractive and sexy. And let me tell you, the statements she would make to me, I'm going to have you one of these days, and when I do, you will be my dessert. Who says that? I know my husband never did. Time came. She invited me to her house for dinner. It was spectacular. And I was dessert. Our first kiss was almost indescribable for me. But what I can say is that my knees nearly buckled, and all of a sudden, my yoni opened up, and there was this gush, and it was like, oh dear God, I've been healed! She took me by the hand as if to waltz me into the bedroom. And she laid me gently on the bed. And as she was removing my clothes, from the top of my head to the tips of my toes and back again, she kissed me inch by inch by inch. We had life-changing sex. And I, at the age of 36, had my first orgasm. And it was really good. I laid there breathing in all that had just happened and all the sensation throughout my body. Shit. I have 2 teenagers at home. Fuck. We have church tomorrow. I gotta get the hell out of here. I jumped up and grabbed my clothes and I ran as fast as I could to the car while trying to put them on. I got to the car and I'm almost in a hyper kind of mode of breathing, and I'm trying to get my composure. And as I slow it down, and I breathe it in, and I slow it down, and I have an epiphany. I like sex. And there is nothing wrong with this girl. I'm a lesbian. I'm a lesbian. Sitting in the car, I'm a lesbian. Wow, I'm a lesbian. Now how do I tell the kids?